Hey, welcome back to YT Finance, and today we are going over 3 reasons to buy PLTR stock and 1 reason you may want to sell it. We will also discuss if Palantir Technologies has more room to grow as a company, and if their commercial business segment is about to receive a massive amount of growth soon. Then lastly, we will briefly talk about Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine that they made with the help of BioNTech. Go and press the like button right now for more stock news updates. Comment when you think the PLTR stock price will surge, turn on all subscription notifications to stay informed, and now let's make you some free money with Webull.
Webull is a free brokerage app where you can buy and sell stocks, options, and cryptocurrencies. But right now, you can get 2 free stocks with Webull. You can get the first free stock, which can be worth anywhere from $2 to $250 for just creating an account. And you can get a second free stock, which can be worth up to $1,600 if you invest $100 or more on your first deposit. You will have a 1 in 100 chance of getting stocks like Facebook, Starbucks, or Snapchat, and you have a 1 in 50 chance of getting stocks like Google or Procter & Gamble. To get this offer, just press on the link in my description box down below, but do it quickly because this offer will not last forever. And without further ado, let's get into today's stories.
The PLTR stock price, which currently trades at around $25, has been pretty bullish lately because of their impressive earnings report that they posted for the previous quarter, which beat Wall Street estimates and analysts' predictions. However, PLTR stock is very volatile, so it would not surprise me if the stock gave back some or all of its recent gains. But with that being said, here are some reasons why I personally buy PLTR stock on dips. First, Palantir is improving their revenues very quickly, which includes their commercial revenues. Palantir closed a total of 62 deals in the quarter that were worth $1 million or more, on top of gaining 20 new customers, where now their average customer spends around $7.9 million with them. Palantir's commercial revenues came in at $144 million, which represents an increase of 28%. And while its government revenue growth decreased slightly this quarter, its commercial revenue showed great improvements. The bearish argument against Palantir is that it gets lots of their money from government contracts, which have less long-term growth potential when compared to commercial clients. So bears think that PLTR will have trouble expanding their commercial clients because their technology is so expensive. From a generally accepted accounting principle basis, Palantir remains unprofitable. They're not a profitable company according to GAAP principles. However, according to Palantir Technologies' adjusted EBITDA, which almost increased by 4-fold, that equals $121.5 million, that means their adjusted earnings are 4 cents a share on the positive side. And because Palantir has such great positive cash flows, that is the second reason why I buy PLTR shares on dips. Thirdly, Palantir is already anticipated to surpass analyst revenue projections of $380 million next quarter by a whole $5 million. Plus, the company forecasts that they will easily be able to bring in $4 billion in 2025 with free cash flows of over $300 million. The one reason why investors could be hesitant or even sell PLTR stock, apart from a high PS ratio, which is really no reason to sell the stock in this instance, is that the company is very secretive and their technology is powerfully invasive. Their platforms gather data on individuals and they have powerful AI that has caused controversies. Palantir either has or is currently working directly with the US military, FBI, CIA, ICE, and they even helped track down Osama bin Laden in 2011. However, I personally think this just proves the point that Palantir has powerful technology, and I want to get in on that power and success that they have, because in the future they're going to be very successful. We have to keep in mind that Palantir is a government-first company and they are extremely loyal to those they conduct business with, which I can respect. However, bears still think that PLTR will fail ultimately because of their commercial segment due to Palantir's technology being too complex or costly for commercial enterprises. However, this makes absolutely no sense because there are plenty of businesses that can easily afford and utilize Palantir's Analytics Foundry platform. Plus, even without the revenue from the commercial segment, Palantir will still be a great company, so this argument makes no sense. Therefore, the bulls are destroying bears in this debate. To add to that, Palantir is currently on track to double their commercial clients this year, which could take the PLTR stock price to $30 within the next 4 months. You should know by now that Palantir Technologies bought around $50.7 million worth of gold this past month, along with other startup and blank check companies. However, I am shocked that they did not buy any Bitcoin as a digital store of value. The reason why I think that they are buying gold is to hedge their bets against a black swan event similar to the author of this article. Palantir's $50.7 million worth of 100-ounce gold bars will be kept in a secure location in the northeastern part of the United States. If you don't know the term black swan event, it refers to a random event that no one could have predicted, like a pandemic. Also, sometimes you might hear people and investors refer to Palantir Technologies as a black box, which means that no one really knows how they work or what they really do behind the scenes. So Palantir is using their gold and hopefully eventually Bitcoin to hedge against black swan events when they really don't know what's going on, and normally when uncertainty increases, so do commodities like gold and even Bitcoin to some degree because it's a great hedge against inflation. In a really great positive Palantir news story, the CEO of Palantir, Alex Karp, donated $180,000 to a New Hampshire hermit named David Lidstone, but he's better known as River Dave, and he's 81 years old, and the cabin that he was living in burned to the ground. After the donation, River Dave had to say this, and I quote, "How can I express myself and my gratitude towards something like that? I start to tear up whenever I think about it." For an old logger who always had to work, for anyone to give you that type of money, it's incredibly difficult for me to get my head around. So I thought that news story was going to be great to end the Palantir video, and now we're going to move on to Pfizer and BioNTech for their COVID-19 vaccine. Pfizer is seeing many mentions on Reddit, particularly because of the US Food and Drug Administration granting them their COVID-19 vaccine approval, where they developed it alongside a German partner named BioNTech SE, ticker symbol BNTX. Shares of Alibaba have also fell, with institutions buying up a whopping $611 million worth of company share, and Nvidia also had a recent acquisition with a British chip designer named ARM. But now let's go back to Pfizer. The acting FDA commissioner of the Food and Drug Administration had to say this, and I quote, "The FDA's approval of this vaccine is a milestone as we continue to battle the COVID-19 pandemic. While this and other vaccines have met the FDA's rigorous scientific standards for emergency use authorization as the first FDA-approved COVID-19 vaccine, the public can be very confident that this vaccine meets the high standards for safety, effectiveness, and manufacturing quality the FDA requires of an approved product." Now, if this sounds confusing, yes, this vaccine has been out since December 11th of 2020, but now the FDA has released full approval for this vaccine. However, if you are still confused, I have a link down below to the FDA's website that will explain this further, but I couldn't fit it into this short video. Remember to like this video, especially if you made it all the way to the end. Comment your thoughts on Palantir, subscribe if you are new, and I will see all of you in the next YT video.